matters and domestic relations, including marriage, civil unions, and domestic partnerships, were adopted among the Sarahules. Esa Toure, history lecturer at the University of the Gambia, led this scholarly trip.
We are here to find out the history and that of the customary and the family law issue among the Sarahules speaking people. Now we need to value the traditional history in the sense that our common heritage, our civilization, that will make our children be proud of their past existence, can only be reinforced in the history or in this generation through scientific writing. So we normally, what we do is we process them and later we just write it in the form of the scientific the publication and present it to the world so that African people, their heritage will also be actually respected.
These law students were able to survey how individual, group and community ownership of land is administered in accordance with Sharahule customs. The research helps the students to further understand how property ownership over key ecological spaces could determine the forms of social, economic and political interdependence among the Sarahules. Speaking on behalf of the elders of Jeddah, Hakuru Silla said the institution existed many years among the Sarahules. Silla further pointed out that their system was not as dehumanized as the methods introduced by Atlantic trading system, stressing that the servant-master relation among Sarahules was symbiotic, in which it is legally binding for the master to look after the welfare of the servant. This key customary practice makes the Sarahules-speaking people to embrace hospitality as an aspect of their social laws. Hadi Jonga, a law student of the University of the Gambia, described the trip as a rewarding one and thanked the people of Jeddah for their hospitality and willingness to share with them some of their customary practices.
When we arrived yesterday, honestly, we were surprised. We were shocked at the hospitality. We could not imagine that people who are living in this area would just treat us so nicely, and we really appreciate it. For the bull, the goat, everything, the rooms, it's just beyond our imagination. Words cannot express how we feel, and we think we are going to do our part as well. Regarding the reason why we came here, we came to look at how Sarahules live, their culture, their norms, their values, and we hope we will be able to send this message across, spread the word and show the world how you people have nurtured your culture and still have it with you wherever you live. We should attach appreciation to who we are as black people, as Africans, as Wolofs, as Mandinkas, as Sarahules, as whoever we are. And then I believe that way the rest of the world will respect us.
The Sarahules-speaking people of Jeddah, under the headship of Alhaji Chondi Toure, offer the UTG young researchers a big bull and a comfortable accommodation. This gesture confirms the basis of pre-colonial harmony among diverse population of Greater Senegambia. Buba SMCC, GRTS.
Health and Social Welfare is set to embark on another round of the meningitis vaccination campaign slated for the 28th of November to December 4, 2013. And in anticipation that exercise, the Directorate of Health Promotion and Education gathered journalists and health reporters for an orientation program. Aissatou Bajansar was there for GRTS.
It is a contagious disease that can kill if not treated immediately. And according to officials, it can also make one deaf, dumb, blind, or affect one's mental health even after recovery. But the good news is that, despite being deadly, meningitis can be prevented with a single dose of vaccine. Cognizant of the fact that journalists continue to be very instrumental in the effective dissemination of information, the Directorate of Health Promotion and Education of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare organized this synergy to equip journalists with the requisite information for the effective reporting on the upcoming meningitis vaccination campaign slated for the 28th of November to the 4th of December 2013.
The campaign definitely will stretch from Katong to Koina. That means we are covering the whole country. No community will be left out. All communities are going to be visited by the team, and some of you also will be part of us Before the campaign, we'll be talking to people so that we can raise awareness. And also during the campaign, we'll also be talking to people so that people can know where these vaccination teams are. And also after the campaign, we'll also be finding out from people who have really missed the vaccination, which we don't want to see.
The one-week nationwide vaccination campaign, which according to officials targets 68% of the country's population within the 1 year to 29 years range, is to prevent the prevalence of the disease with the new vaccine called Menavrivac, which unlike previous vaccines which guarantees 3 years immunity, Menavrivac provides a 10-year immunity to beneficiaries.
We also realize what we call herd immunity. If those people are vaccinated, they will confer what we call herd immunity to the non-vaccinated population. So that we don't have to raise a lot of alarm to say maybe those who are under 1 and those above 29 are not vaccinated, they are at high risk. This, what we call herd immunity, will be conferred onto them, and definitely they will be protected.
According to officials, the campaign, when kicked off, will not be a house-to-house exercise, but one that will have vaccinators at strategic locations such as schools, marketplaces, health centers, community centers, and crossing points. Officials made it clear that all persons between 1 to 29 years, including pregnant women, are to be vaccinated. Thus, children less than 1 year old and any person above 29 should not receive the vaccine. Officials were also quick to highlight that beneficiaries are to be vaccinated only once on the person's left upper hand by a qualified medical official. It was a very informative session, which at the tail end saw journalists asking questions, but it all boiled down to the main issue, which is ensuring efficient and effective reporting on the upcoming meningitis vaccination campaign. Aissatou Bajansar, Grts.
And finally, on the home front, Senim Bari, a resident of Bruceby, is under police custody for alleged impersonation of public health workers. The Bruceby native allegedly used this scheme to collect money by false pretense from petty traders and shopkeepers. Samuel Burr attended the police briefing, and he now tells us more.
Julda Sow, a mobile technician resident in Sunchubalia, was accused of impersonating members of the Operation Bulldozer. Last Thursday, it was Senim Bari caught on a similar act. The accused resident in Bruceby is said to have paraded the streets of Tabokoro and Sunchubalia, collecting substantial amounts of money from petty traders and shopkeepers in the name of public health workers. The young man is currently under police custody, helping them in their investigations.
We are here today to bring to the public awareness of unscrupulous acts that are going on in the society that they should be aware of. A lot of people are going around impersonating people and obtaining money by false pretenses. And today we have here a very common case that we want to bring to the knowledge of the general public. One Seni Gay, a resident of Bruceby, had gone around the areas of Tabokoto and Wellingera and going around posing himself to be a medical and health officer, going into shops and vendors and asking them whether they have paid for the medical and health certificate.
The police PRO ASP David Kujavi said that the police for now cannot ascertain how much money the alleged impostor has collected. But what is evident is that he has piles of fresh food receipts that he presents to petty traders and shopkeepers in return for money, adding that the ones they have had expired.
He would collect $100 from each of them, telling them that whatever paper they have had previously had expired. This is a very serious thing, and he had done it to several people who have, unfortunately for us, have been able to find him out and then brought him here. To how many people he has done this, we really don't know. He must have been going on. But what is quite evident is that he is in the first place not a medical and health officer, and in fact he has no right whatever to be going around the subs asking for these things.
Usman Jallo, Ibrahima Jallo, Swaibu Jallo, and Ekwa EP Besiani, all shopkeepers in the same area, are among some of the victims of the unscrupulous activity by the alleged impersonator. Usman told me that Seni visited his shop some time ago and requested for public health certificates. After presenting them to him, the suspect argued that they were expired and demanded for some money in return for new receipts.
That is not the process it normally takes. What he has done is he has found somewhere a fresh food certificate which he would use and come over to he has photographed several of them. All of these were found on him. Okay, he would go into a shop, ask for their certificate. He would say that okay, it's expired, and then he would say that you should pay $100 and he would issue you with one of these. And this he has done to several people.